Tom, congrats on the kickoff of your new series. How many more of these do you think you're going to do this year?
Oh, with the success tonight, with the big turnout for the fans and the fan reaction, we're looking at doing like 3 more shows this year, and then next year just keeping it going, keeping the fighters busy in between the HBO shows. This is a great complement to the shows that we do at the StubHub, at the Forum, at MSG, at the T-Mobile. This is here at the Avalon in Hollywood. It's a nice, intimate. Everyone is look how close we are to the ring.
Yeah.
Look at the VIP section up here. I mean the media VIP section. So it's a fun night tonight.
So is the plan next year, once you get going with this series, to do like a season, kind of like Friday Night Fights used to do, or like USA used to have a fight series? Is that what you want to do here?
Tuesday Night Fights. We brought it Tuesday Night Fights in Hollywood. We don't want to compete with the dance clubs, although this is going to turn into a dance club.
Right after the fight.
After the fights are over, we're going to clear out the chairs. The Tecate girls are going to be here in the ring, and it's going to be a fun night. All the fights, and then we're going to turn into a dance club.
So do you think if you get a series going here, like a season, are you guys going to do like season ticket packages for fans where they could come to every single one of these cards in the calendar year?
Absolutely. We got the VIP booths. We got, we can sell season tickets to the seats. So it's going to be a great show. A great series.
A great series, right? And are you going to be signing more fighters as this series goes? Do you plan to sign more prospects coming up?
Well, I always want to work with a small number of fighters, but we have Brian Sabato making his pro debut. Ryan Martin is headlining the show. And Sergey Bochuk, he's the fight after this one here. He's in a really tough fight.
And he trains in Big Bear.
He trains in Big Bear with Abel Sanchez and Triple G. Triple G's brother is here. Murat Gassiev is here. We got a lot of world champions here tonight.
Are you going to be working with other promoters, and as you build your guys up to get them into bigger and bigger fights?
Sure. I always work with all the promoters. I mean, look at the Superfly shows that we do. It's 6, 7 promoters for each show. So I'm open. That's why that's the meaning of 360 Promotions. Not only all over the world, but also working with every promoter. So I always look forward to working with promoters to make the best fights.
I've had a bunch of fans ask me the difference between K2 Promotions and 360. K2 is a partnership with you and the Klitschko brothers, right? And this is your own entity. Is that the difference?
That's correct. And there's Triple G Promotions, owned by Triple G. So K2, I started with Vitaly Vladimir Klitschko, promoted the most heavyweight championship fights this century. Usyk is with K2. Cecilia Brækhus is with K2. So, but this gives you more flexibility to sign fighters, do small shows like this. That doesn't make sense for K2 to take a risk on these type of shows. But, it allows me to develop fighters, develop talent to levels that, with Triple G and Chocotito, and these are fun nights.
So you're going to continue partnering with K2, with Triple G, but this is your own thing here with 360.
Right.
Real quick, let's talk about May 5th.
And we got Tecates and Chivas downstairs.
We do have free Tecate, free Chivas in the media section. Tom does it right.
You haven't had enough. You're not slurring yet. What happened?
We're just getting started, okay, Tom. The night is still young. We're just getting started.
Steve Kim and Doug Fisher are having tequila down there ringside already. So
hey, you got to do what you got to do, But, hey, it's Hollywood. You got to have a few drinks, even when you're working. Yeah. But I want to talk real quickly. I know you can't say too much. What do you think is going to happen May 5th? Do you have a contingency plan? I know Billy Joe Saunders has reached out. He won't be available till June.
Right.
What is somebody like Toriano Johnson, the Charlos, what's in the works?
It really depends. We're of course, Canelo is plan A. I always have plan B and C. This fight, I didn't really have any other plan because it's the biggest fight in boxing. I mean, who's going to think that there's going to be an issue with the fight? Everyone is looking forward to Cinco de Mayo. Everyone's looking forward to Triple G versus Canelo. But it happened. So now we got to figure out what the commission's going to do. They're doing their investigation. Triple G's in the middle of training camp. He started sparring last week. He wants to fight. Hopefully everything works out. But if it doesn't, then we got to figure out what we're going to do. I talk to Eric Gomez almost every day, and we try to make the best of the situation.
Will you say this? There's some fans out there, I think they're wacky, but there's some people on Twitter saying Gennady should have never opened his mouth about Canelo. He thinks he's cheating. He thinks Oscar's cheating. He called out everybody. He called everybody terrorist. And there's some people saying he should have never said that because he's the reason this suspension happened. What do you say to that?
No, that's not true. The commission has their own rules. If they go on quotes from fighters, then then whatever I say could affect. They have their own rules, and Gennady was outspoken, but you saw that the promotion was really heating up last week. Gennady had those quotes, and Canelo fired back on Instagram. And now it's really like literally the gloves are off. The first fight, they were both very respectful to each other. You know, they trained together, they sparred together, but now the gloves are off. Now, you know, Triple G's, you know, really basically irritated that of the situation, disappointed with what happened, and Canelo, you know, obviously didn't appreciate, you know, Gennady being outspoken, so he put on the Instagram photos, and now
with some colorful language.
The fans can see that you know, there's no love lost now. Triple G feels like he was disrespected in the last fight with the judging. That, you know, there's a blemish on his career. Luckily, he still has the titles, but he has a draw in his career, and you know, he's pissed off about it. He wants Canelo back in the ring as soon as possible and wants to avenge that draw. Not even a loss. He wants to avenge that draw.
Real quick, I know you're running around like a chicken with their head cut off. Everybody wants to talk to you tonight, but if the fight gets postponed and there's a 6-month suspension, it goes to Mexican Independence Day in September, will you guys fight on May 5th?
Well, that's what, you know, we're sitting down with the Triple G and Abel. Abel Sanchez is here tonight. He has two fighters. Has 2 fighters on the show. Frey Roach is right here.
We have trainer royalty here tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Buddy McGirt is going to be here. Ben Lira is going to be here. So, you know, we got literally trainer royalty here. But, you know, I'm going to see what Triple G wants to do. Look, if he's in the middle of training camp, he's going to want to fight. He likes to stay active. At one point, he was fighting 4 times, 3 times a year. Now, you know, with the Jacobs fights and the Canelo fights, it seems like we're getting slowed up by everyone else's schedule, and he wants to fight. So I'm going to sit down with him. I'll talk to Eric, obviously, a Golden Boy, and we'll make the best of the situation.
And that date, May 5th, HBO has that locked in. Is that going to be pay-per-view regardless if this gets pushed back? I know you can't say too much, but you got to give me something. The people want to know.
Everybody has it locked in. HBO has it locked in. MGM, T-Mobile has it locked in. Tecate has it locked in. Tecate, this is one of the biggest.
And you're almost sold out, right? Are you approaching a sellout?
It was a very, very close to a sellout. With all the back and forth, we were exceeding the gate we did the last show. So, I mean, that was an extremely successful promotion, and this one looks to have even a lot more interest in it.
Tom, thank you so much for taking some time with us. Good luck on the series, man. Back to the Chivas and Tecate, ladies and gentlemen.